What's up, guys? This is Alex with another ADV Open Finals. This is Jumpy 23, also known as I'm the Dome Ace, versus EG Saito. Let's get right back into it. Here's a Red Rock, possibly trying to get the T-Tar. Jumpy here says that he realizes what the rock is doing, the Red Rock is doing, and he did. He goes to the Jirachi on the explosion, and that really didn't take that much, so that really works out. Suicune is sleeping on the Jirachi and hoping to boost up. And against the Melodic, it just might. I'm wondering if Jumpy really doesn't have anything for Suicune here. Possibly just trying to get Toxic off so that it can roar something on the sleep turns. It does have... And here's the Blissey just to tank some more hits. And no roar revealed yet for Jumpy, so it's looking a bit dodgy. Sleep Talk is revealed, of course, or not yet. And here we're going to see what Jumpy is going to try to do. And Saito calls it, so he goes to the Registeel on the Skarmory, trying to get ahead. Registeel has Amnesia, so it's quite the move. Curse, roll out. This is, I'm sorry to say this is insane. But he's back out. T-Tar gets the Focus Punch on the sleeping Suicune. Sleep Talk revealed. And he gets it. Well, that looks like the end of the game, and yeah, just a straight up forfeit. Well, I say let's go back and skip through this a little bit. So, Regirock gets the explode, and that's the beginning of the end, of course. A missed explosion is really painful. With the real advantage, Jumpy can just straight down from now on. Or trade, really. Suicune gets up, but it doesn't get anything done. Fears the Scarm, so goes out. Into the Registeel. Misses the Magneton. And Registeel tries to Amnesia and Curse. But then the rollout doesn't go anywhere. So the Registeel is basically dead. And then the Suicune dies. Dome says he got a bit lucky on the sleep talk turns, and I feel like that definitely was the case. So a bit of luck to end out to end the game. On to the second game. T-tar on T-tar is a bit more normal. Magneton hits the Scarm this time, but there's a spike up, and it kills the Scarm in one go. Advantage for Moltres, but into Milo it's not going to do that much. Looks like a bulkier team for Saito. Wonder if there's a Claydol in the back. Gengar on the Milo. Should be able to get a Thunderbolt off. Yeah, so it goes on Celebi. Wisp wouldn't have mattered that much. Gengar's gonna have to go out, possibly. Well, here's Rachi. Looks like there's not too much happening, so I'm going to skip a couple of turns. Yeah. Lands the Wisp this time. Gets a pursuit on the Gengar, but survives. T-tar turns out to have been a pursuiter all this time, so it's a nice little surprise from Saito. Let's skip a couple turns here. Magneton gets sacked. Yeah, definitely a sack on the fire. On the Moltres here. Wants to get something else off. Something else in. And in long terms like this, a spike is really doing some work. Especially with everything being grounded on Saito's side. Jumpy, also known as Dome, says phew. Good thing I didn't stay in. Possibly expecting T-tar not to have well, I assume maybe hoping that Saito would have predicted something. I was considering it. Snorlax curses up. Gengar is back to full from that Pursuitar. Snorlax courses even further. Might get a nice Earthquake on this Jirachi. But only protects. Into Flygon. And into Tyranitar. So I'm not sure what the Snorlax was afraid of there. And into the Milo. Gonna skip a couple of turns. Snorlax is cursing up again. Gengar threatening a Wisp. There it is. And here's the Shadow Ball. No, just a rest. It's looking rather menacing. I don't know what Moltres is going to do here. Aurora. Yeah. Without any kind of sleep talk, that was always going to be possible. Couple of skips. Just trying to get Snorlax again, but it's just going to get roared again. Jumpy says he was going to predict something on turn 68. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Gengar trying to wisp again. Snorlax is going to rest. Snorlax is burned. A taunt so he can't rest. And Snorlax goes out. This is pretty huge because he's going to have to come in with a burn. This Gengar is getting major value despite the T-Tar. And you can see why you want Pursuit Tar on a team like this with Snorlax. Because Gengar is just a massive wall against it, cursing up. And the team for Jumpy seems reasonably healthy. Here's a big crunch. Is revealed to be a Pursuit Tar. Was that a crit then? And the crunch crits. Yeah, Celebi would have been fine otherwise. But I feel like Jumpy has been a bit more active. So he was going to get crits eventually. T-Tar has Ice Beam. And that's a forfeit. So that's a 2-0 for Jumpy. If I go back through this game, like it starts off quite even, but I feel like the spike got done a lot, seeing as it was quite a long game. What's really important is the Gengar getting healed up and not getting trapped. The crit on Celebi later helps, of course. But I feel like there was advantage before then already. No, it looked like that crit really broke what might as well have been could have been a tie, because it really was 5-5 before then. But like I said, Saito was just a bit more passive, and he could have gotten something done earlier if he somehow got the Gengar, which really was in for quite a couple of turns. So what was supposed to be a trapper on Sato's side really didn't get to do his thing. And because it had to wait so long for Snorlax to get anything done, well, a crit was just gonna happen eventually. And with that, Jumpy won the ADV for in 2024. Well, that was it for me. Feel free to like, subscribe, or just watch, and maybe see you in the next time.